Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krihnato anuyugam tanuhu.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Krishnato anuyugam tanuhu.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krishnato nuyugatam tanuhu.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krishnato nuyugam tanuhu.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
The next person, please.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Krishnato nuyugam tanuhu.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Idantim Krishnatam gataha.
Idanim Krishnatam kataha.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krihnato nuyugam tanuhu.
Krihnato yugam tanu.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Shukloraktas tatapita.
Idanim Krishnatam gataha.
Idanim Krishnatam gataha.
Ladies,
Asamvarnastrayo yasya.
Krishnato nuyugam tanuhu. Shukloraktas tatapita. Idanim Krishnatam kataha. Asam, well assumed.
Well assumed.
Varnaha,
Varnaha.
Trayaha,
Trayaha.
three colors.
Three colors.
He,
He.
indeed.
Indeed.
Asya,
Yasya.
and your son Krishna.
Of your son Krishna.
Krishnaha,
Krishnaha.
accepting.
Accepting.
Anuyugam tanuhu.
Anuyugam tanu.
Transcendental bodies according to the different yugas.
Transcendental bodies according to different yugas.
Shuklaha,
Shukla.
sometimes white.
Sometimes white.
Raktaha,
Rakta.
sometimes red.
Sometimes red.
Tatha,
Tatha.
as well as
As well as
Pitaha,
Pitaha.
sometimes yellow.
Sometimes yellow.
Idanim Krishnatam Gataha.
Idanim Krishnatam gataha.
At the present moment, he has assumed a blackish color.
At the present moment, he has assumed blackish color.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow, and now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapara Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Shuka, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. Partially explaining the position of Lord Krishna and partially covering the facts Gargamuni indicated. Your son is a great personality and he can change the color of his body in different ages. The word Krishnataha indicates that Krishna is free to make his choice. In other words, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and may therefore do whatever he desires. In Vedic literature, the different colors assumed by the personality of Godhead in different millenniums are stated, and therefore when Gargamuni said, your son has assumed these colors, he indirectly said he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of Kamsa's atrocities, Gargamuni tried to avoid disclosing this fact, but he indirectly informed Nanda Maharaj that Krishna, his son, was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It may be noted that Srila Jiva Goswami in his book Krama Sandarbha has enunciated the purport of this verse. In every millennium, Krishna appears in different form, either as white, red, or yellow, but this time he personally appeared in his original blackish form and, as predicted by Gargamuni, exhibited the power of Narayana. Because in this form the Supreme Personality of Godhead exhibits himself fully, his name is Sri Krishna, the All-Attractive. Actually, Krishna is the source of all avatars, and therefore all the different features of the different avatars are present in Krishna. When Krishna incarnates, all the features of other incarnations are already present within him. Other incarnations are partial representations of Krishna, who is the full-fledged incarnation of the Supreme Being. It is to be understood that the Supreme Being, whatever appearing as Shukla, Rakta, or Pita, white, red, or yellow, is the same person. When he appears in different incarnations, he appears in different colors, just like the sunshine, which contains 7 colors. Sometimes the colors of the sunshine are represented separately, otherwise the sunshine is observed mainly as bright light. The different avatars, such as the Manvantara avatar, Lila avatars, and Das avatars, are all included in Krishna avatar. When Krishna appears, all the avatars appear with him, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.26. Avatara eva sankhyeya harisattva niderdhicaha yatha vidasina kulyaha sarasasyu sahasrasaha. The avatars incessantly appear like incessantly flowing water. No one can count how many waves there are in flowing water, and similarly there is no limitation of the avatar. The source of all avatars. Krishna is unseen. Demigods, Vishnu Tattva, and all other living beings are all part of the Supreme. Nitya Nityanam Setana Setanana, Katha Upanishad 2.13. Krishna is the full representation of all living entities, and when Krishna is present, all avatars are included in him. The 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the incarnations of each yuga in chronological order. The Bhagavatam says, Krite Sukla Satur Bahu Tretayam Rakta Varno Saudvapare Bhagavan Yamaha and Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam. We actually see that in Kali Yuga, Bhagavan has appeared in Pita Varna or yellow color as Kora Sundara, although the Bhagavatam speaks of Krishna Varnam. To adjust all these statements, one should understand that although in some yugas some of the colors are prominent, in every yuga, whenever Krishna appears, all other colors are present. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishna. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears without Krishna, or blackish color, is understood to be Krishna himself. Idanim Krishnatam Gataha, the same original Krishna who appears in different varnas has now appeared. The word Asam indicates that he is always present whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in his full feature. He is understood to be Krishna Varnam, although he appears in different colors. Prahlad Maharaj states that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Channa, that is, although he is Krishna, he is covered by the yellow color. Thus the Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept the conclusion that although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Pita color, he is Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Samopamna Astra Parsadam Yakya Sankirtana Prayar Yasanti Sumedhaha. Bhagavatam 11:5-32. The verse was Asan varnastrayo yasya krihnato anuyugatam tanuhu sukloraktastata pitta idanim krishnatam kataha. Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past he assumed 3 different colors, white, red and yellow, and now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dvapara Yuga he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Shuka, the parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. Makyana Timirandasya Jnanachala Salakaya Saksudnumiritam Inadasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So in this part of Bhagavatam, it is explained that Krishna and Balarama, they are undergoing name-giving ceremony. As you know, the Bhagavatam, this ceremony was performed in a cow shed. And the reason was that Gargamuni, who was the priest and who was one of the priests of the Yadu dynasty, he understood that if the ceremony is done publicly, then Kansa may get a hint that somebody has born there, and he may send his demons to kill this child, as he has already tried to do before this ceremony. And therefore he suggested to Nanda Maharaj to keep this ceremony in a cow shed secretly and do it in a simple way. Like we know, these rituals can be done in a very complicated ways, can be done in a very simple ways. And in all cases, when we do rituals for Krishna or Vishnu Tattva, there should be this bhakti, which is the most important thing, and this can be expressed through rituals. Now Gargamuni is in this today's verse, he is explaining to Nanda Maharaj about Krishna. In previous verse he came to the names and Balarama and spoke about him, and now he's speaking about Krishna. And he is explaining how your son has incarnated. He incarnates in every millennium. In past he had 3 colors, white, red and yellow, and now he has appeared in blackish color. So we may ask that when Nanda Maharaj is hearing this explanation, he should understand that his son is something very special. He can be even the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But this Gargamuni doesn't say directly, but almost directly. But because Nanda Maharaj, he has this Vatsalya, Ras, this parental affection to Krishna, mellow to Krishna, that actually covers Nanda Maharaj's intelligence so much that he cannot realize that Krishna, his son, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because then it would destroy this Vatsalya mellow, and this is not Krishna's desire. And then in his purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining how Gargamuni is trying to explain about Krishna to the Maharaj, how he is a great personality and how he can change his colors and how he takes his birth in every millennium. Now, of course, we understand that every one of us takes his birth, one after another. We don't have to wait necessarily the next millennium to take our next birth, because we are forced to do new birth after our death by the material nature. And we quite helplessly have to accept new birth according to our karma, which means these activities we have performed in our lives and according to our desires. But in the case of Krishna, he is not under the control of the material nature like we are. He is the controller of the material nature, Maya Tatam Idam Sarvam. It is in Bhagavad Gita. It is explained how Krishna is the controller of the material nature. Material nature is one of his energies, which material nature, she acts according to Krishna's desire. So therefore, Krishna takes his birth in this material world according to his sweet will, when he so desires. But some responsibility is there still, because he, as it is explained about these incarnations in this purport, some responsibility he still has. He comes in every millennium to present the self-realization method of this yoga, and then he appears as Leela avatars. He performs some pleasurable pastimes with his devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, he says that he comes to annihilate the demons, and he appears as Manvantara avatar to give the instructions of humankind, like Manu Samhita, according to which we can elevate ourselves from lower births to higher births, and so on. And then sometimes he appears as he is himself, and this is just now what is happening. Krishna has appeared as he is himself in his own spiritual form. And Gargamuni said that now he has appeared in a blackish color, but we know from other sources, from Bhagavatam, that Krishna appears once in every day Brahma himself. Okay, he appears in every day. That sounds very good. He comes very frequently here. But today Brahma is quite long according to our time calculation. It is like 4,320,000,000 years. So once only in this period he appears. And after him appears Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was also mentioned actually in Prabhupada quite a lot, explained. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the end of his purport, he appears then 500 years after Krishna's appearance. Now I don't know exactly, do they always, when they appear, do they always follow the same schedule? They make little changes time by time. But now, last time, let's say 5,000 years and 500 years, they appeared like that. First Krishna appears and then 5,000 after that, Lord Chaitanya appears. And he appeared 500 years ago, so we are quite close to appearance of both Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Sri Krishna. And sometimes we think that how is it possible that I just take my birth just now after Lord Chaitanya has appeared and his Sankirtan movement, which is the most merciful movement, is still here on the planet. But we can also think that this is my good fortune. Is there some pious activities? Do I have some pious activities in my past, or how is it? But in this way or that way, it's a good fortune, and now I should take advantage of this appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his Sankirtan movement. So Lord Krishna has different incarnations, and so Prabhupada explained here that he is avatari, which means that he is the source of all incarnations. He is not avatar. Of course, we remember that there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, and some of them, they consider Vishnu to be the avatar and Krishna avatar. But actually, this is not a philosophical difference between these philosophies. It's not. It's actually a detail. How do you see the things? And there is no actual difference between the source and the incarnation. They are same. Therefore, we say Vishnu Tattva. All Vishnu Tattvas, they belong to same category, and then somebody may consider, have an opinion that Vishnu is the source, Gaudiya Vaishnavas and maybe Vallabha. Sampradaya also they think that the Krishna is the source. And okay, now for us, Krishna is the source, and he is avatari, and when he appears, all these incarnations are within him. Also in the case of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that happened, because it is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Like Krishna appears himself as he is in his spiritual form, also Lord Chaitanya, being Krishna himself, is not different from him. He is different in the mood, as we know, but as like a spiritual substance, is the same. Now he has appeared in a blackish form, this Krishna's blackish color, and this Krishna's color is called Shyam. It's like a very dark monsoon cloud. Can we see it by our material eyes? Something we can see. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, he explains that actually we need spiritual eyes to see Krishna's original color. Still we make pictures and we paint the deities with this Shyam color, it is dark blue, to get some idea about Krishna. But when our senses are spiritualized by practice of devotional service, we can actually see Krishna's true form and see his color also, complexion. And then there is a question that because Krishna appears once in a day of Brahma, then who is appearing in Dvapara Yuga outside that? It is Krishna's incarnation, who also has this blackish color, but he is not. Okay, now we have this problem. He's the same than Krishna, but Krishna was the avatar source, and this is the incarnation. But there was no difference actually, but some difference we had to make. And then it was mentioned these other colors, white, Shukla. I think that this is Satyuga incarnation. Was it Hamsa by the name? And he comes to.
Maybe Kapila also.
Okay, more information can be covered also. And then this Hamsa, he comes to present self, the Hamsa, each Hamsa, not Kamsa, Hamsa. And this Hamsa, he comes to present the self-realization process of the age in Satyuga, which was what it was. Meditation. Ashtanga yoga. No, Ashtanga yoga is Patanjali actually, but the name.
Mystic yoga.
Yeah, Patanjali appeared recently. It just copied things that were already there in Vedas. That was good, but he was not actually the original. Yeah, meditation, okay. And it is described that in Satyuga all the people were so advanced that they did only meditation. And the environment was very peaceful, and it was like a place where you can sit down in a peace and meditate for thousands of years. And one example is Karkama Muni, who was sitting there near the lake, what was the lake? Indu Sarovar or something. Somebody remembers the name of the lake. And in Bhagavatam, this described this environment, this nature there with many verses. It was very pleasant place for person in Sattva. Maybe not pleasant place for modern day people. They would be very restless there, but for Satyuga people it was very good place for meditation. And yes, not good for us to do spiritual life. Maybe for devotees, but people in general, because in Kali Yuga they are not in Sattva so much. And then Rakta, this was red and appeared in Treta Yuga, and he presented this fire sacrifice process for self-realization. And then Karkamuni is saying yellow. Now we are a little bit bewildered. Why he's saying yellow? One reason is that when Lord Chaitanya appeared, because Srila Prabhupada is explaining it in the purport, because Krishna doesn't appear in Kali Yuga, right? Lila Avatar doesn't appear in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga there is not much Lila. Then, what is that? Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, as I tried to explain, but he appears like a Yoga Avatar. He takes the role of Yoga Avatar. And this is also explained by, who was that, to Sarvabhauma Acharya, who was Sarvabhauma Acharya couldn't accept that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He says that according to Shastra, Krishna does not appear in Kali Yuga. And then his brother-in-law explained him that he appears, that Yugadavara appears in Kali Yuga. And Lord Chaitanya has taken the role of Yugavatar and appeared in this yellow color. And now this makes sense, what Karkamuni is saying, white, red and yellow, because they are all Yugavatars. Yeah, and then he says that he has in the past assumed these colors means that Lord Chaitanya appears, of course, in the past also regularly once in a day of Brahma. And then he says that now he is appeared in a blackish color, in his original color, as original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. But Nanda Maharaj does not get the information, does not get the understanding that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like Krishna's original father and mother Vasudeva and Devaki, when Krishna took his birth in the prison cell of Kamsa. Then Vasudeva and Devaki, his mother and father, they understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He appeared in a four-handed form, and Vasudeva and then Devaki, they offered prayers to Krishna. And then, according to Krishna's will, he assumed the baby form, two-handed baby form, and ordered Vasudeva to carry him to Gokula, to the house of Nanda Maharaj. And as we heard yesterday, Vasudeva went there and he exchanged the male baby with the female baby that was born of Yasura, and carried the female baby back to this prison cell. And this male baby, Krishna, he then appeared as the son of Yasura and Nanda Maharaj, who were actually Krishna's foster parents. So Prabhupada is explaining here about Krishna's blackish original form and saying that he has exhibited himself as fully as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then we can understand that Krishna's avatars, they are not completely full. And what is lacking then from Vishnu forms? And this is my question. What is lacking from Vishnu forms that Krishna has? Okay, fruit. What else? Beauty. Extraordinary beauty. And then pastimes. Very attractive pastimes. Then one more. Devotees. These loving devotees. And this is the meaning of this. Krishna exhibits himself fully compared to Vishnu forms, who are spiritually as potent as Krishna, but they do not have these four things that the original Krishna form has. And then he is saying that his name is Sri Krishna, the all-attractive. And who gave this name, who gave this meaning that Krishna means all-attractive? Do you remember? It is in 10th canto of his prayers offered by demigods to Krishna in the womb Devaki. It was demigods. They say that your name is Krishna, which means all attractive, the most attractive. There is also explanation from, according to Sanskrit language, there is this verb attract. What was the verb? Karsna, something, some karsna. I don't remember now, but it is derived from that word also. So we get Krishna, which means all attractive. But this is grammar. But demigods, because their language is Sanskrit, so they say that Krishna means all attractive. And then Srila Prabhupada, he was explaining that these expansions of Krishna, that also all living entities are Krishna's expansions. He is saying that us, all of us, we are Krishna's expansions. And he is quoting this verse from Bhagavad Gita, Mama Ivam Suchiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. This living entity is in this material world, which are like part and parcels. They are struggling very hard with the six senses, including the mind. So maybe perhaps you have noticed sometimes that there is struggle with the six senses, including the mind. But this is completely normal, so don't be disturbed. The reason is that we are very small. Although we are Krishna's part and parcels, we are still quantitatively very small. And was it qualitatively? Very small. We don't have same qualities. We have same quality that we are spiritual, but not same quantity. Krishna is unlimited, we are minute. So we are very small, very, very small, and we are under the control of Krishna's material energy. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, this material energy is very, very difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily go beyond it. This is Krishna's hint to living entities in his Bhagavad Gita. He's saying it like by the way, if you want to become liberated from this material entanglement, then just surrender unto me. Then he's explaining, after that he's explaining something else. And at the end of Bhagavad Gita, you can repeat, surrender, take shelter of me alone. Forget everything else. Take shelter only me and surrender unto me. Then I deliver you from all sinful reactions, do not fear. That's like his conclusion then. And then we should understand that this is the way to become free from repeated birth and death in this material world. And of course we have to develop also desire to do that. Or do we want to be here in this material world, birth after birth, because it sounds very good. We get always new bodies, nice bodies, and then we can live nice here. When we become old, then we quit the body and take a new body and so on. Therefore, it is explained in these Shastras, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita especially, how this enjoying in the material world is illusion. Bhagavad Gita, several verses say that. In Bhagavatam also, it is said, especially in many prayers, which are offered by different devotees in Bhagavatam, they say that everybody says that this miserable life in this material world. And we should understand that this is the reality, this is the truth. But illusion is very strong. Therefore, those who are sincere devotees and really want to advance in spiritual life, advance in Krishna consciousness, they should put their faith to statements of the Shastra scriptures. What is said there? It is said that we can see the world through the Shastra. We can see the world also through our eyes, but this is illusory vision. But when we see the world through the Shastra, that is truth. That is what it is real. And understand then what is this nature of this material world. It is miserable place of suffering. And then we can develop desire to get out. And when we have this desire, then we can take shelter in Krishna. Krishna promises that he protects us and liberates us. And this is mercy. Now it is grace. Now in the apparition Krishna, this grace is like a prominent feature in his appearance. This is why he appears. Of course, there are several reasons, as I explained in Bhagavad Gita also, but this is one of the main reason in his appearance. And when Lord Chaitanya is appearing, it is also their grace to deliver these conditioned souls, but like confidentially, we understand that he has even more important reason to appear, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I think you know that. But externally, the grace is the main reason to give this mercy to suffering living beings. And now, when we were speaking about this material nature, how strong it is, and how it is so difficult to fight against her, and sometimes it is even difficult to put our faith to Krishna's words. It's difficult to take shelter even Krishna's lotus feet. Then is our endeavor futile? One person once asked from our spiritual master that we have chanted for tens of decades, many decades, Hare Krishna mantra. we are very old now and death is approaching. We don't have many years anymore left. And we feel that we are not at all advanced yet. That what will happen? Is there any hope for us? And in this question, there was also this feeble faith that this Hare Krishna mantra really can liberate us. And the answer was that yes, he said that yes, what you have said is true. It is very difficult to chant Hare Krishna mantra, concentrate and do as well, advancement and so on, and the material nature is very strong. And then what is the hope? The hope is that when we are doing our best, then we can accept Krishna's grace upon us. So we have to give up this idea that by our own work, practice, we can liberate ourselves. And remember this, that we are very small, very insignificant, and our only hope is to take shelter of Krishna and pray his mercy. And his mercy then can deliver us. Not our own this endeavor, not our own practice. As long as we have this false ego, we may think that I chant my rounds, I do my sadhana, I do this and that. But then we are more advanced, we understand that I'm not the doer. I can try to do something, but actually it is the Krishna's energies that help me to do all these things, and Krishna's mercy that ultimately helps me to get self-realization and helps me to develop the love for Krishna. Like Bhakti, who is actually helping us. If we have the right attitude to take shelter of Krishna, to take shelter of Bhakti, then she is helping us advance in Krishna consciousness, but our own endeavor there should be also. But not in a way that we think that we are the doer. And you remember this Damodar Leela, when Mother Yashoda tried to bind Krishna with a rope, and the rope was always 2 fingers too short. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains these 2 fingers indicates that 1 finger is our own endeavor and 1 finger is Krishna's grace. And both of them, they has to be there. What was the Upanishad? In one Upanishad, what was the name of the Upanishad? It said that it is explained how Brahma was in Nagarmuni, and Brahma is discussing, I don't know who is asking, who is answering, how the Kali Yuga people can be delivered. And the answer is that when they chant 35 million names, then they are delivered. One name means 1 Hare Krishna mantra. this whole mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is one name, and this name 35 million times. When you have done this, then you will get liberation, and Krishna comes and shakes your hand and says that, well done.
How many rounds does it
I counted it once, but if you do 16 rounds a day, then it takes 50 years.
Because if you chant 10 years, 192 rounds, that's like 1 billion.
Yeah, when you chant 64 rounds, it takes 12 years.
To make 35
It was a
million
whole,
names.
it was a whole mantra, not only one name.
Yeah, but I think they counted that Haridas Thakur wrote this.
Yeah, it's only one name.
Yeah, but it's counted in different ways.
Yeah, different ways.
Okay,
But if you chant 64 rounds for 12 years, then you have done it. 35 million names. But for us, it takes 50 years. So you can count how many years there are still yet, but I think I leave this body before that. Therefore, we take shelter of Krishna's grace. We do our best, try our best, and we hope that we get to Krishna's mercy. So Lord Chaitanya has come here, and Srila Prabhupada quite much he explains Lord Chaitanya in his purport, which is significant, that because we cannot separate Lord Chaitanya from Krishna, because he has recently appeared here. And Lord Chaitanya is the most magnanimous incarnation of Krishna, because he gives this Krishna's mercy freely to everybody. But the point is that do we take it? Like our guest was giving a lecture, he was explaining, was it on the lecture? I think so. How they were distributing mangoes in Haridu, you remember? But not everybody takes. There's no. So it's there, it's free, take. It's Lord Chaitanya's mercy. And we say, no. So take it with both hands. Wow, thank you. So that's why Lord Chaitanya is most magnanimous. He gives it, but it depends on us. Do we take it? If you have some Akiyata Sukriti, then we take. We have some causeless mercy of bhakti of somebody. We don't know the reason, we can take it. And we have taken it. Now we have to cultivate it. And not to throw it away. Struggling with the six senses, including the white. We know there are hard times in Krishna consciousness often. Sometimes, often, regularly, there are hard times. But we should not throw away this mango. We should keep it. Our spiritual master has said that it is very easy to take a vow, like initiation vow. You just sit there, take asamana, chant some mantras, and take a beat. That's it. But it's not easy to keep the vow. And to keep the vow, that's the point. So we take the vow, but then we have to keep it. And when we take the vow, then this work starts. And the work is to keep it. There is some mercy when we take initiation also. It's not so that it doesn't mean anything. There is some mercy, but it's a beginning. And after that we have to keep it and take more mercy by keeping our vows. So this Lord Chaitanya, he was Pita Varna, yellow in color. And Prabhupada is then quoting some verses from Bhagavatam, how which proves that Lord Chaitanya is that incarnation of this Kali Yuga. And it is Lord Chaitanya and nobody else. According to these verses, Bhagavatam, we can understand it refers to Lord Chaitanya, and according to Lord Chaitanya's followers, we can understand that Lord Chaitanya is that. Because in Kali Yuga there are many false incarnations. There are almost every year some incarnation appears who claims that I am the incarnation of Krishna and Vishnu and Kalki and so on, and surrender unto me and so on. Like during the time of Krishna, there was this so-called incarnation of Paundraka. Yes, thank you, Paundraka, yes. And he was a very powerful person. He was a mystic yogi and very charismatic. And he has many followers, and they believe that he is Vishnu's incarnation, and he could also exhibit 4 hands by his mystic powers. And he challenged Krishna. He sent a message to Krishna, to Dwaraka, that Krishna, because you have falsely accepted the symbols, my symbols, these disc and conch and lotus flower and club. So now you have to give them up and give to me and surrender unto me. I'm very merciful to you if you do it. And Krishna sent a message back to Paundraka, yes, I will deliver you, especially my Sudarshan chakra, which will cut off your head. And then there was a fight between them, and that happened. Krishna cut his head. So there are always these false incarnations, and Kali Yuga especially is like a factory of false incarnations and false gurus. And one should not be bewildered by this. One should put his faith to Shastra and spiritual masters and district succession and so on. So Prabhupada's conclusion is there that thus the Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept the conclusion that what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Gita form is Krishna. And we end here. Thank you for your attention. I hope you very merciful and blissful Krishna Janmashtami Day. If you have some comments or questions, please.
Kalki avatar is what is he? Is he a Yuga avatar or Kalki?
I think Kalki avatar is one of these 10 incarnations of Krishna. In that sense, he is this Lila avatar. Because Lord Chaitanya took the part of the Yoga avatar, Kalki also appears, he is part of the Lila avatar. But then there is this contradiction because Sarvabhauma Acharya said that there is no Lila avatar in Kali Yuga. So I'm not completely sure, but I remember that he is on the list of 10 Dasavatars.
Apparently, Kalki avatar does not come in every yuga, and that's why Minister Aamuluento said, for this yuga there is no Kalki.
Okay, good. There was explanation that Kalki avatar does not appear in every Kali Yuga, but in this Kali Yuga he appears, and therefore Sarvabhauma explained like that.
So the motto was do your best and Krishna does the rest.
Yeah, that I have heard. It's quite good. We do our best and Krishna, he does the rest. But we should not take rest.
Yeah, we should not take rest.
Yes. Yeah.
You mentioned Bhakti Devi.
Yeah.
Do you know who is Bhakti Devi? Is she expansion of Radharani or?
She must be expansion of Radharani, yes, that much I know. But we don't get so much information about Bhakti Devi. He's mentioned somewhere, and he's one who gives us this Krishna Bhakti. But it is also said that she is independent. So she's not dependent on our endeavors and our karma and things like that. She can give bhakti to anybody she favors for some reason. And we can try to get the mercy of Bhakti Devi by following this process of Krishna consciousness and are trying to develop bhakti. We are dependent on her also to get Krishna bhakti. And her position is very high because if he is one who can give us the bhakti, of course now we have also spiritual master who gives us the love of Krishna, but then it should be understood that it's originally Bhakti Devi who favors the Guru and so on.
Somebody who has bhakti can give it.
Yes, somebody who has bhakti. Yes.
Navidanira was praying, he met somebody that I can give my bhakti points to this person. He met someone and he couldn't figure him out. He prayed, give all my bhakti points to that person.
Okay.
Preacher's mood.
Preacher.